Hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is Hendricks, and I wanted to announce something or bring something to your attention. I want to know how many people were involved in this, in losing property, because I lost a 12-unit building that I had purchased for myself as a retirement gift, and I lost it through Bank of America, but I purchased the property through LaSalle Bank. I purchased it through LaSalle Bank, and this was about 1999. After I purchased the property, I was doing pretty good with it. And Bank of America took over LaSalle Bank. When Bank of America took over LaSalle Bank, in 2010, I was notified that the property was sold for not paying the taxes. To make a long story short, Bank of America didn't pay the taxes, but when I bought the property through LaSalle Bank, my insurance, my hazardous insurance, and my taxes was in my mortgage. Bank of America didn't pay the hazardous insurance, nor did they pay the taxes. So the property was sold because of lack of payment of taxes. After I talked to those at Bank of America, I went to see the judge because we had to go to court over this. When I went to court over it, the judge went along with Bank of America. And then after this happened, I'm looking at in my neighborhood where that property is located, Pangea have taken over most of the property in that area. And I'm trying to figure out, is everybody that has Pangea's name on those properties were stolen through the bank, not paying the taxes or just taking it for mortgages? Well, I'm beginning to realize now that Bank of America is just stealing people's property. And I would like to know how many people have had their property taken because of Bank of America, commercial property, and Pangea. If you take a look in the neighborhoods, my property was around the area of 83rd and Drexel. And you take a look at the properties around there, all you see is Pangea everywhere. So who is Pangea? Working with Bank of America or a branch off of Bank of America? And they're just doing anything but stealing property? I went to court about this, and when I went to court, the judge said that I missed a July and August payment. So I had to go straight to the bank immediately and get my cashier's check copies. After I got the copies of the cashier's checks, and I was going back to court to show the judge that I didn't miss any payments. All my payments were made. But Bank of America is just snatching people's property. So I'd like to know how many people have had their property taken because of Bank of America, and how much property was taken by Bank of America and Pangea ended up owning it. You know, I was paying attention to how I went to court and the way that they took it. They talk about theft and fraud. When I took it, I went to court. It was someone that stood up for Bank of America. It was called JWBOA. So the JW, I don't know who that stands for, but the BOA is Bank of America. In this, them taking the property, I had to go to a few law firms to try to represent me. And the law firms that I went through, or I went to, told me I had a very good case here. And for some reason, after they got, I would say 90% of their money, they backed off and told me that there's nothing that they can do because Bank of America had already taken the property when we were still going to court over this. You know, that very much makes me see the theft that's in the banks and what people will do for $1. Because if the bank is paying the judges and they're paying the attorneys to make them back off, what would it take to make me get justice? So I figured if enough of us stood up that got hurt by Bank of America and got robbed from Bank of America. Maybe we could get some justice. Because I look at certain things and I'm looking like, well, they say it's against the law for me to rob a bank. But the banks can rob the people? Well, out of me looking at this, I'm not a thief, nor am I a crook. But for the love of $1, it's all right for them to rob and steal from me? I'm trying to do this to see how many people have had their property taken. And what do we have to do besides rob a bank or try to rob and steal from anybody to get our property back? So I'm going to give you my email address, and I would really like for you to hit me up and let me know what you think about it. Because this is not justice at all. This is not justice. And I'm not going to push this any further, but if you get the opportunity, hit me up and let me know what you think. Because the only thing I'm trying to do is get justice out of this. And I don't see anywhere that I'm getting justice out of the attorneys, out of the judges, the courts, and I'm being robbed. Or unless somebody decides to tell me that this is personal, and they just coming at me because it's personal. Because when I bought this property, I'm going to put this out there. For 4 years and 2 months, the landlord-tenant organization came at me and told the tenants not to pay me rent. But I had a stack of money on the side where I continued to pay my mortgage, and I didn't lose the property. I ended up getting the tenants out. Some of them I had to buy out to get them out. And some I put in other places to make sure that they would be gone, and they left. But the courts wanted to make sure that I lost that property. And I'm steady trying to figure out why. So then Bank of America takes over LaSalle Bank and going to see to it that I lose this property. Get a chance, hit me back. Let me know what you think and how many people lost their property. Let me know. And I hope to talk to you again real soon about this. So until then, you all take care and have a great one. And I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.